Hi guys, I'm Beth and this is Read Remark. Today we're going to talk about The Farm by Joanne Ramos. Thank you so much to the publisher and to NetGalley for letting me have an advance copy of The Farm by Joanne Ramos in exchange for an honest review, which this is. I really enjoyed the book. The basic premise is that it's a group of women who are basically farming out their bodies for pregnancies. They're acting as surrogates for mothers who either can't have babies, or really the reality is that the mothers are very, very rich, don't have the time or wherewithal to have a pregnancy and a baby, so they farm it out to these surrogates. Now, quick caveat here that I don't think surrogacy is bad or dystopian in any way, and I don't think that that's what the book is suggesting either. Surrogacy is definitely a really important part of today's society, especially if someone is facing infertility or maybe a same-sex marriage in which one of them biologically can't get pregnant. Very understandable. I get it. This book does not exist in that universe. This book is more about, it basically takes these women who are, most of them are economically disadvantaged, and they are paid handsomely to carry these babies and basically give up their lives to the farm. Now they're walking away from everything to do this job. In the case of our main character, Jane, she is walking away from her young daughter, her baby daughter, so that she can carry this surrogate baby and give it to some unknown benefactor. Why does she do it? She needs the money. She needs the money, man. And she's been told that this is the way to do it. So she gets to this farm and then suddenly finds herself completely cut off from her daughter, cut off from her cousin. All the safeguards that she thought she had put in place to keep things going for the next 9 months start to kind of fall apart. And meanwhile, she is legally bound to this farm and cannot escape. It becomes like her jail. Meanwhile, we see other people coming into the farm as well. So they have a few prime people who are basically rich white girls, Caucasians, who they're like the prime meat for the carriers. Through them, we see some of the inequalities and the preferential treatment that people get, and more of a voice that they have, whereas these more low-income people don't have a voice. It's an interesting juxtaposition that the author Joanne Ramos does here, because we see these women who are very, very low-income juxtaposed with May, the leader of the farm, who makes tons of money, I'm telling you, and ordering all sorts of different things for her upcoming wedding, so like crystal or a very extravagant getaway, or at one point she toasts one of her bridesmaids and spills like $200 worth of champagne on the ground, and it's no big deal because she's celebrating and there's tons more money to come. Meanwhile, Jane, you see her starting out this story living in like this boarding house, sharing a room, sharing a bed, just trying to make ends meet. Money flows like water for the advantaged and is so scarce for the disadvantaged, and it makes it shows in stark relief how difficult it is for the disadvantaged to just eke out a living. In the end, there's a little bit of character development that happens very abruptly that I'm not 100% sure that I believe, that I don't necessarily think is 100% organic. May in particular takes a turn that is not really quite believable for her character, but still a very good book, very interesting and thought-provoking book, and the ending was pretty good. I liked it. Now, the big thing to think about is this scenario a dystopia, or is it something that provides a needed service to women? So, is outsourcing your pregnancy the new feminism, or is it kind of a way of offloading any parenting duties that you might have? It opens up some interesting thoughts, some interesting conversations, and I don't know that the author lands one way or the other. She does, through the character of May, have some exposition on that, in which May is saying, why should the woman be the one to give up her life? Why should she be the one to give up all of her opportunities just because of biology? She should be able to still keep working, keep achieving, keep being ambitious without having to give up the dream of being a parent also. You should be able to have both. I kind of get that. I kind of get it. At the same time, parenthood is supposed to be hard for both members, both the mother and the father, even if the father is not carrying the baby, which totally not fair, but still, you're supposed to go through it. You're supposed to go through all the ails and the inconveniences, and I think that's part of what helps you form as a family. If there are no bumps in the road, if it's nothing but smooth sailing and you basically offshore most of the ride to someone else, then did you really take the journey? Interesting thoughts, interesting things to think about. So, The Farm by Joanne Ramos. Go check it out, will ya? Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will catch you next time. Thanks. Bye. I'm sweaty. Can y'all tell I'm sweating buckets out here? It's summer.